Hello, it's Greg Allison from Green Greg's, coming to you on the 21st of June, 21. Time on deck, 3,100 hours Central Daylight Time. I warned you last night in my very first live session that you should not be expecting peace vis-a-vis Israel with its neighbors in the Mideast, especially with Iran, or any changes in the policies of Israel's stance against the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action that President Biden is trying to reinstate with Iran. Now, I used as an example of that the fact that Israel had, in fact, started attacking Gaza with jets after the Palestinians had flown incendiary balloons into Israel. Now, I used that as an example how that ceasefire broken down and how fast Israel had reacted. Trading the force of F-16s for incendiary balloons. Now, my confirmation has come today in statements from the new Prime Minister of Israel, Naftali Bennett, and also from their IDF, Israeli Defense Force. I'm going to get all into that in just a minute. I'll bring you this news because, guys, this affects us here. These conflicts can definitely spill over. They can escalate. And even if it's just between Israel and Iran, there's enough stuff there that it could be similar to a conflict between Pakistan and India. I mean, Israel's got enough weaponry to cause, theoretically, a mini nuclear winter, and it's not too many. It could have grave effects, even if the United States were not involved in any way under the sun. But the United States and Iran have been trading shots and barbs. So even though we're trying to come up with this new Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action revisited, we have a lot of tension going on right now. There's still a lot of reason to expect that things could go south, that the Iranians could try to hack our power grid or attack it directly, ballistically, with guys on the ground, as the head of the Revolutionary Guard had stated they would do in the case of a conflict with us, or even perhaps some armaments from from Venezuela, as I've talked about quite often. Missiles launched off the shore. Now, we're going to get all into that. Like I said, I'll bring you this as part of my promise to you for the proposition of this channel: help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hide. This is part of my eyes wide open and head on a swivel series to help you understand what may be coming, so that you'll know that it's important to prepare, to keep your preparations up, not to let your guard down. But most of you know that by now. So this is really to help you reach out to your friends and family and tell them, guys, we all need to prepare. Because the more of your neighbors that are prepared, the more they've got to eat and take care of themselves, the less likely they are to eat you. All right, get the idea? Everybody needs to prep. Everyone needs to prepare as much as possible. That's not possible for everyone to do. We want to have to help a few people out along the way. But let's get our preps up, guys. So I do bring you videos on how to raise your own food. Gardening is essential. I'll bring you videos on how to eat free from the weeds and the trees. I brought you videos about going to the big box stores. But there's some things that you just need to get ready for. There are things that you need to have just in case, the big box store stuff is bulky. And it don't last all that long necessarily. The stuff from, going in your garden might be problematic the first year or two as you're getting your skills down pat. And of course, you have to deal with the vagaries of weather and the zombies for the first year or two, if you know what I mean. That's why I said, I want you to be like me, grow garlic, turmeric, and pepper, and save seeds until the zombie waves have passed. In the meantime, what do? Well, I got a special deal just for you. Go to prepwithgreg.com and you get $300 off a 3-month supply of food that lasts 25 years, freeze-dried. This reconstitutes into real food, not mush, real dinners. And you get 2,000 calories a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, desserts, and drinks. A deal will make you a winner. And for a month, that's 6 of these buckets, by the way, for 3 months plus. For 1 month, 2 of these buckets, you still can get a $50 deal off. Prepwithgreg.com. Check it out. Now, let's get all into this stuff. Confirm what I've been telling you about here, guys. Real fast, what we're going to do is share. So, Greg, how come you always delayed in the beginning of these videos? Well, this Zoom now has to tell me, are your recordings in progress? Oh my God, it drives me nuts. I have to wait till it shuts up before I can start talking. Didn't used to do that. But anyway. All right, let's see here. Where is, I got to open this up, hang on, guys. I have to reopen the share button. All right, let's do this again. Here we go. Bing. Here we are. The confirmation that I promised you. Naftali, if I'm saying his name right, Bennett, Israel's new prime minister, is unlikely to change stance on an Iranian nuclear deal. Oh, no, he's not going to. It's not unlikely. He's just not doing it. Guys, I'll show you more of this. So it's talking about how he's toppled Benjamin Netanyahu's 12-year regime, as they call it in here. Netanyahu stayed in power for quite a while, but toward the end he was unpopular for various sundry reasons. But the gripe against this 2015 agreement, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, will continue. And it turns out that Naftali Bennett has already echoed sentiments against it. In fact, it turns out he's actually to the right of Netanyahu, but he somehow put together a coalition with parties on the left and other centrist parties to take power. And this goes quite a bit into him and what he's all about here in this article. And this is an article in AmericanMilitaryNews.com. So this is from our military, or at least writers that write with interest of our military guys. Notably, the espionage operations of Mossad's Israel's spy agency against the Iranian military established over its nuclear ambitions had continued even after Joe Biden was elected president of the United States of America. So, you know, what they're telling us is that this is likely to still continue. And this is what David Ben-Nera, who is currently the director of the Mossad, has said. He said Israel's Mossad will respond in full force if Iran continues with its nuclear program. That sounds like they're going to continue to hit them with all these explosions and fires and assassinations, just like they've been doing. Hitting at the fact that the spy agency is well aware of those officials with Iranian military staffs associated with the nuclear program. Hint, hint, hint. Sounds like more assassinations maybe in the works. Guys, I don't know, but you know, all that just inflames things. How much will Iran take before they strike back? Why is Iran not stricken back already? Is the attack from Hamas, the recent rocket attack, part of his Iran strike back? I covered that in a previous video. Well, just to drive this point further home, here it is, guys. The Israeli Defense Force Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Avi Kakvali, hope I'm saying that right. And look at it, it spells his name in different places. So how the heck you know how to spell it? Here they got a C in it, down here they don't. And here it's like Kovali, Aviv Kovali. Okay, it's bad hard enough for me to pronounce these names. If an article in the Jerusalem Post, you know, a Jerusalem-based news agency can't even get his name spelled from the picture to the photo credit down to the article. I don't know, guys. Don't pick on me. If they can't get it right, hey, expect me to get it right. But anyway, Aviv is flying to Washington. General Aviv Kovali, Kakvali, however he says his name, will fly to Washington on Sunday. And his mission is going to be to try to prevent the United States from re-entering the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. That is what this article says down here. That is going to be his mission. So to make it clear, there is no change on this. So it discussed a wide range of regional challenges with American counterparts and discussed the Iranian threat and other regional challenges. So they got more to be talking about than that, but that's going to be one of the main discussion items. They say they work closely with Bennett's, you know, so he's close to Bennett. And both are considered to be hawks on Iran, by the way, okay? Does that give you a hint? So Kohavi is expected to attempt to persuade Americans not to re-enter the Iranian nuclear deal, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. So this is what I'm telling you guys. This is the proof in the pudding that he's coming to America straight after the new Prime Minister Bennett has been installed. And they're wasting no time to establish that they're really in the same spot. So this visit was another step in strengthening bond and increasing cooperation between the armies, between the IDF and the United States military, I suppose. And it goes on and on and on. You can, no point in droning on. You know what this article is all about by now. So, and to bring it home, what's going on with the rest of the story here. Let me just jump down the way. So we got Israel bombs Hamas targets in Gaza after arson balloon attacks. Just like I said, that's still going on. So they did start some fires, guys. So they targeted 10 Hamas targets, guys, with jets. 10 Hamas targets, including some multi-story buildings. Again, you see our so-called General Aviv Kovali. He's involved in this Operation Guardian of the Walls. Okay. The IDF will continue to destroy terrorist infrastructure throughout Gaza as it views Hamas as being responsible for the attacks that emanate from there, the IDF said. Well, there you go. And here's how the Gazans attacked with balloons causing fires. And it said they started about 20 fires, according to these various and sundry articles on it. And I only got a couple open here, but other articles indicated as much. So there you have it. So this is continued. This is going on over 2 days now, almost into 3 days now. So this is right now. I'm talking to you. It's Thursday my time. They're talking about Friday morning. So it's Friday morning there in Israel. So this is continued through the night. Second day, into the third day, that Israel has been responding, striking back. And apparently the balloons were flown a couple of days. But here's what's interesting. Hamas dismissed their balloon strikes and claimed that their incendiary balloons were not a violation of the ceasefire. Israel don't say it that way. So there you go. Well, we will see. There you go. So here's some of the fires balloons caused, and here's what Israel did in response. So I wouldn't want to be over there. I wouldn't want to be on either side over there. Be quite frank about it. That is a ugly perspective over there with all this stuff going on. All right, enough said about all this stuff. Let me stop and share. Hello. All right, guys. So the world is really a nutty place right now. It's not got any better. It's just like it's been. This is what I've been telling y'all. There's no change. So you need to get ready. Check out preparedness.com. Hey, when you go there, you can click on the star from the My Patriot Supply logo and take you into their website for other deals, include a whole lot of prep supplies. But if you go in through mypreparedness.com, I get some commission out of what you buy there. It don't cost you any more. But the special deals, though, are at preparedness.com. Also, growing your garden. Check out my links to Tree Leaf Market. It really is. Now's the time to get seeds, guys. So I'd really go for that right now if I were you. All right, I've said enough about all these things. We know that Israel and the Mideast, there's no peace there. And if you're familiar with the Bible, it don't look like there's going to be any peace there for some time if you comport with such things. And I don't see any indication to argue with that right now. It looks like no peace for some time. A lot of people are just not happy. Although there has been a remarkable amount of peace between the nations, the Arab nations that are Sunni nations, and Israel, except for the Palestinians. And the tension of the Palestinians, though, does strain that relationship. But what I'm expecting is that Israel will cut some deal with Saudi Arabia to strike Iran. That is really what I'm expecting. So Israel would probably not want to have all this trouble with Gaza, except probably Iran knows that. So they're trying to really ramp that up and hopefully drive a wedge between Israel and their newfound almost Sunni allies. So we have kind of a regional war within the Mideast brewing between Sunni and Shia, with the Israelis being on the Sunni side for the most part. It's not a very good tight alliance, mind you. And Erdogan, he would like to be his own little, he'd like his own deal over in the Mideast. So, so we got a lot of tension to who would have a caliphate and who would run it and how it would be constructed. But there's no pretty way through this. That's why you need to get ready. You need to prepare. And keep your eyes wide open, head on a swivel. Like I say, don't be scared. Be prepared. Spread this to your friends and family. The more of them that are prepared, the better off you'll be. And oh, by the way, also I've got our survival network we're working up. I've got a new volunteer to help call people, getting set up. So if you want to join our survival tribe, email me at email me at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org. A lot of stuff going on in DC. Also, a lot of our freedoms are under challenge. So if you're interested in that, check out freedomrestoration.org. There's some more actions in there. It tells you a lot of stuff you can do on that website. But also email at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org, and put freedom in the subject line if you're interested in the organization. If you're interested in the tribes, put tribe in the subject line. Okay, enough said on all that. I appreciate everyone for watching. Hey, I don't just come here to whine and complain. I come here to tell you to get ready, to prepare, and also talk about things we can do. As much as anything else, I believe in prayer. Pray, get right with your maker. Thank you for watching.